Ooh, if I had to be stuck in an elevator with someone, who would it be and why? A chef, maybe. And hopefully he has some food orders. My name is Terry Hunter, and I'm from the south side of Chicago. I had leftovers from barbecue that I had from a restaurant by my house. The restaurant is called Sanders Barbecue in Beverly. Super dope spot. The closest thing in Chicago to Texas barbecue. One thing I never travel without, it's gonna sound nerdy, my computer and my hard drives. I'd rather not have any clothes, but computer and hard drives are with me. First thing I do is wake up, I check my phone like they say you shouldn't, and then I kind of start my day. I might go down in the studio in my underwear, and if I'm feeling something, I'll make it. If not, I'll jump in the shower, get dressed for the day. My favorite movie soundtrack, ooh, that's a good one. I would probably have to say The Wiz. Last album I listened to was LL Cool J's album, honestly. Favorite film, Scarface. Oh, I'll see it all day. The most unique venue I've performed in besides elevator music, I don't know, man, this is different. I've never DJ'd. I've DJ'd in the bathroom before. Shout out to my man in Austin, Texas, Paul Smith. I've DJ'd in the closet before. I've never DJ'd in an elevator. So this was the first. See, I'm bougie when it comes to that. So my ideal hotel would have to be, number one, it has to be comfortable. It has to be, I hate hard beds, I hate hard pillows. And of course it has to be clean. And I'm saying, I'd like to say, if anybody that's ever watching this and booking me, it has to be at least a 4-star business, 5-star for me. I don't care about the big suites, it's cool, but it's just gotta be right. I'm known to walk into hotels and turn around and leave if they ain't right. Playing with my dogs. I have 2 Frenchies. That is my pleasures coming out of town. I have that excitement for when I've been gone, for them to just love on you and jump on you like that. My dogs is it for me. Do you know how many records I have in my head? I don't know why, and it may not be it. I need a longer thought, but what's coming to me is Diana Ross' Love Hangover. Let me tell you something. I'm from Chicago. I love the winters. I wish it can snow and stay around 30 to 40 degrees. I hate it when it goes below 0, but it's nothing like summertime shine. Like Chicago in the summertime, no city in the world can compete with us. I wish we can get back to it, but the sweet spot is around 110 to 115. But of course, as DJs, I'm playing in the arena of 121 to 125, 126. A chef, maybe. And hopefully he has some food orders. I think, you know what my latest obsession is like designer bags. Like, you know, sling bags. I'm into the Pradas, the Gucci, like those things are really cool. I'm kind of into that right now. And of course, sneakers. I've always been into sneakers, but yeah. Favorite sneakers right now for me, I am rocking Nike Vomeros, any Travis Scott Jordan 1s, and any New Balance. Big ups to Joe Fresh Goods. He's killing it with the New Balances right now. In an environment to where there's a bunch of creatives, I seem to do my best work with any like-minded people, even if they're different from what I'm doing. As long as there's a connection there, like, the work will come, no matter where I'm at. So just with like-minded people, creatives that will bring something out, or we both bring something out of each other that we never thought about. Sound instrument for me is, you could tell if you know my productions, the base of everything is the Rhodes. The Rhodes for me is something about it, I can't escape it. I'm in the studio, I'm like, I'm not finna use another Rhodes, and I cannot get away from it. Genre that I'm obsessed with, soul music, man. Anything soul, just anything with harmonies, anything with dope melodies, man. It's nothing like the right melody on a record that will take you to a whole nother level. So anything soulful, and that could be techno, that could be R&B, that could be soul funk, that could be house, anything just soulful for me. That is an amazing question. I took a bunch of risks in my career that paid off. It wasn't a creative risk, but the pressure of doing Beyonce's Break My Soul, and especially at that time when Drake had just dropped the House album and then Beyonce dropped Break My Soul, and it was all of this back and forth about what's real house, that's not this, not. So that pressure was on me, and I was like, I don't know really what to do with it, and I nailed it, and then we got nominated for a Grammy for it. For me to get into a mode, I listen to the song first, especially if it's a remix. But once I hear the vocals and see where it's going, it's the drums. I lay drums, and then I kind of build on top of that. It's either a bass line that comes after the drums, and then after the bass line, I go in with my keyboard player, and we come up with some different Rhodes patterns and melodies and kind of go from there. And then it just has to feel good because I'm a DJ first. And so if it's not gonna move me in the studio, it's not gonna move anybody on the dance floor. So that's my approach, that I have to kind of feel it somehow, some way in that process. A film that changed my life, I would probably have to say any Dolomite films. Dolomite, back in the day, it was something about that comedy during that time in the 70s was crazy. And when we together, I try to make people laugh. So I think it really comes from that. You don't never know. You don't never know when a song is truly finished. And that's, you think it's done, and then when you hear it and it's out, and it's like, I should have did this, damn it. I should have did that. So for me, you just gotta stop. You gotta let it go, because you can pick at a song all day and then it's gonna end up being too much or not enough. So don't go outside the key of the song. I hear a bunch of remixes, and because people hear vocal and I think they're tone deaf and the records is not in key, and it drives me crazy. But then I also hate when DJs mix in key, because sometimes you're supposed to have that live, just a feel that is not perfect. But to me, I've heard a lot of songs and a lot of remixes that was totally out of key of the singer, and you gotta stay in key, y'all. You gotta stay in key. Chosen Few came about from my brother DJ Wayne Williams. He had a vision. He started Chosen Few, I believe, in the 70s, and then through a bunch of parties. I was a kid when they did it, maybe 6 or 7 years old. And then the first Chosen Few picnic happened in 1990, and it was just a gathering of people with Tony Hatchett and Andre Hatchett's family, and it just kind of grew. And as it was growing in 2000, we get the years mixed up, 3 or 2005, Wayne and the brothers asked me to be a part of the Chosen Few, and then we created that synergy, man, and then it just started, the next year was like 5,000 people, then the next year after that it was 10,000 people, and it went on and on and on. So that's kind of how it got going. If I'm sick, it's the worst thing in the world to be on a plane to not feel good. And, I tell people all the time with doing this job as a DJ, I'm a professional plane filler, seat filler. You know what I mean? Because if I go to London, I'm on the plane 8-9 hours, and my sets are 2 hours, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. And then you turn around and come back another 8-9 hours. So you got to be in a good spirit, and you got to feel good when you're traveling. Man, beautiful people, beautiful vibes, just great music. I want to learn something that I didn't know before about music, hear a record that I never heard before, collaborate. That's a big, big thing with me, is collaborating with people that I've never thought would align with what I'm doing. Wow, Aretha Franklin, I have a story about that. It was amazing working with her. We never actually got to be in the same room, but we definitely talked. I worked closely with my brother Wayne Williams, which was a senior VP at A&R for RCA at the time. And when we was doing the project, we was in tune with Clive Davis. And I remember I sent her one of the songs because her last album, it was Aretha sings the classics, and we redid a lot of the older songs from Keep Me Hanging On from the Supremes. And I remember this piano line. And I sent her the track back, and she was like, yeah, that piano's cool, but I want you to kind of give it a soul, like a swing like this. So mind you, they're on the phone, the engineer's on the phone, and I'm hearing her play this piano line. And I'm screaming at the engineer to hopefully hear me, like, please record this. And so when she laid that piano down, they sent it back to me as an idea. I used that piano that she actually played to give me as a reference in the track. So that was like an aha moment for me to have Aretha playing keys on something that you're doing for her. You should have saw me. I was in there like, I hope you're recording this shit. You better push record. And he did. Is learn your business. A lot of us do stuff just for the fact of we want to get out and do a project or DJ a gig or sign a contract and not really reading what's in that contract. And then we get pissed off that we signed a bad contract. So my thing is learn your business, find an attorney, find a manager, or just go ask ChatGPT if that's right. You know what I mean? But don't sign nothing without knowing what you're signing. Naples, Italy. That country, those people in Naples, Italy, man, the energy is like no other place that I've been. Like, it's one of those places when I walk in the venue, like I'm from Chicago, right? So you come in there and you're like, oh, it's all good. But that's a place where they show you so much love that you have to have security with you to get you from point A to point B. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite places in the world, man. So if you haven't checked it out, go to Naples, Italy. Stevie Wonder, 100%. I would love to just pick his brain. And one of my other idols and heroes, man, is Dr. Dre. Just everything that he does, how it sounds, sonically. He's one of my heroes. So if I could get those two in the room, it'd be incredible. Collaboration. I think working with younger artists, I think working with people that you've never worked with before and having that kind of camaraderie and collaboration going on, like I said before, but that's how you do it, because a lot of people are into it. You know, house music has this scene. You have an older generation, you have a middle generation, you have a younger generation. And so for me, that's my thing, is to kind of stay present in all of those areas, you know what I mean? Great question. I remember DJing in Chicago in 1987, 88, and there was a club called La Mirage at the time on 23rd and Michigan in Chicago. And I was DJing, and Ron Hardy happened to walk in the club, and I was playing all night for some reason, and I had maybe like 8 or 9 crates of records there. And Ron walked up to me in the booth, and I knew him obviously before then, and he was like, wow, amazing collection, man. And so for me, you gotta understand, Ron and Frankie were like superheroes. And for him to just even say, you have a dope record collection, that motivation took me to where I'm here right now talking to you guys. It will probably be surviving as a teenager on the south side of Chicago, because it was real back in the day, and a lot of us didn't make it out, and a lot of us didn't go down the career paths that we really wanted, and I kind of did and made it out and proud of it, so it would probably be about that. I've been 22 and 23 back-to-back nominations with Beyonce and Mariah Carey, and I seem to talk about that a lot. And I'm super, super humble about having those nominations, but I want to come home with that trophy. I want to see that trophy. Even though I got the certificates and I got the medallions, I want that trophy. And I want it. I'm fine if I get it for a remix, but I would love for it to be a Terry Hunter produced record. That's my goal right now. Learn who came before you. That advice, I tell everybody that if I'm talking on panels, doing interviews, whatever the case may be, learn and study who came before you. That is so important, because again, you have no direction if you don't. So that's my advice to people. Mirrorball Recordings. That's our label. Big up to my partner, DJ Immaculate. But I came up with the title of Mirrorball Records because that reminds you of, if you walked in the club and saw a Mirrorball hanging, most of the times that venue played great music. So I want to go back to those times to where when you walked in the club, if they had a mirror or a disco ball hanging, you know whatever genre it was going to be great music played. So this is our record label. We're releasing everything under Mirrorball Records. You're going to see it everywhere. Can y'all get it? Jazzy Jeff, I'm calling him out. Get DJ Jazzy Jeff to Chicago. I'm calling him out. You know who else? Masters at Work. The camera still rolling? All right, so check it out. We finna go into my rap shit. Y'all didn't know about that. Camera 1, camera 2. Here we go. Nah, I'll just play.